Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. The Australian dollar yesterday took a tumble following the release of the minutes from the Reserve Bank of Australia. The latest monetary policy meeting indicated that some significant changes from the previous minutes for the March meeting, viewing the final statement that the board judged that the developments in the labour and the housing markets warranted careful monitoring over the coming months. So the initial decline now looks towards a support of 75.30 with a cap coming in at 95. The real trigger to the downside is a move through 74.95. If seen, would give further emphasis towards 74.25.35 and reassess from there. Any advances, as I mentioned, resistance comes in at 95 and firmer at 76.50.60. Well, the overnight price action saw the US dollar take a significant tumble through 99.90 on an index, which in terms for the euro was a push through that 106.75 level and now looking towards this 107.30.40. Well, the high currently being 34 at the moment. A break above this 107.30.40 would give further repercussions to the upside and look to a potential target of either 108.10.15 or even higher towards this mark here at 108.75.05. Now to get that move would be from the back of a weaker US dollar, and if it does take out that broad uptrend that comes in at 99 figure, then we could see the break and the rally on towards 109. Before we get too bullish, if the market does retreat and takes out the support of 106.80, then this would give further emphasis to the downside and bring in a target of 106.35 to the recent region of that 105.70. Well, the dollar yen story, very disappointing as the market retreats from that 109.30 yesterday and now looks towards a base of 107.90. Now from 107.40.50, I expect to see further demand come through for the market and then rise back up towards 108.75. Now clearing 109.30 will give further implications to the upside. However, do note a break beneath 107.40 would give a devastating move to the downside and look towards 105 region. So do keep that in mind. Well, the Great British Pound rallied very hard overnight, a whopping 400 points, as you can see here, taking out all the resistances from 125.85 to 126.90. From the rally, or should I say from a near 7-month high, this was mainly instigated from Prime Minister Theresa May, who surprised the market by calling for an election on June the 8th. If the market is continuing to look towards a further rally, it would need to break 128.95.05. Now above there, views no solid resistance within close proximity until the market hits the region of 130. So do keep a note of that. However, while it maintains a cap, we could see a pullback with the immediate support coming in at 127.90. Now beneath there will give further scope to the downside and look towards 127.25 to 126.5. Well, the gold took a stab to the downside after failing its upside challenge and printed a low near that 12.77 support. In light of the current pattern, I do expect to see further weakness in gold. And taking that 77 support would give further scope towards 68 and maybe even lower down towards a target of 54. Minus support at the moment comes in at 85. Any fresh advantage should find a cap around 93 to 96. And to wrap up with silver, well, the market took a stab at the $17.95 support overnight after recording an 18.05 low. With the pattern still breaking down, I'd still expect to see any advances to fail. And also note, as the market's going up, this indicator is going down. So there's bearish divergence coming back into the market here, which should emphasize further to the downside. Now, a break beneath 17.95 would give further scope towards 17.70 and reassess from there. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day ahead.